Hi, Archana. Welcome.
Hi, Shalini.
Nice to see you there.
I know I can't. I'm going to not be on video, but I just thought let me join this session.
Yeah, lovely.
Since you emphasize importance.
Yes, lovely.
You look lovely.
Thanks. And you look amazing behind the no video wall.
Great. In fact, I did spread the word. So let's see, whoever on the set.
Fantastic.
Hi, Sharmishta. Oh, I saw her and I.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi, Sharmishta. You were there, right? I saw your video was on, correct? Yeah, hi, Sharmishta. Yes.
Yeah, video is on.
Yeah, good to see you.
Same here. How are you? How's your brother doing?
And they are fine. They're fine now. Went through tough time, but they're fine now.
ये फैन की बहुत जोर से आवाज आ रही है क्या?
आपके फैन की कि मेरे यहाँ से नहीं आ रही?
अच्छा मुझे ऐसे घूम आवाज एक मिनट लेट मी जस्ट स्विच ऑफ द फैन because we are in this new old house rather just give me 1 minute. Yes. Yes. So bad situation. I was just talking to doctor also. He was also saying a number of cases that are coming as suddenly. So I'll just meanwhile set up the Facebook live.
Yeah.
Good evening, Shiv Shankar sir.
Is everybody today going to be no video?
Hey.
What?
Right on dot.
No, it's still 4 minutes. We'll start.
Hey, it's a habit for me to be there, either right on time or just before.
Good. That's a good habit.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah,
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I think around 58 people have registered. So
88 people have registered.
No, 58. I think.
58 also is a good
Yeah.
one. Very nice.
Good number. And anyway, it will be live.
Very nice. Welcome to everybody who's joining us.
Yeah.
Welcome, Rajeshwari ma'am. Welcome, GRK sir. Welcome.
Namaskara, Dr. Sir.
Namaskara, namaskara. And
Yes, Dinesh. Yeah, good evening, good evening.
Gitanjali, you're not on mute, huh?
yes, Shalini, my BNI friends have also joined, like
Oh,
Karunakar.
Lovely,
Doctor,
lovely.
good evening. Looking
Yeah,
very
good
good today.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to everyone. Which chapter of BNI you are in, Doctor?
Fortune, ma'am.
Fortune. Well, yeah.
Doctor, my wife also is there.
Great. So she will help you in preparing kashayas to you from today.
Good.
ಕಷಾಯ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡು.
Another couple of minutes and we will start.
Yeah. Dr. Sindhu, you are there, no? Sindhu.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah. Dr. Sindhu has joined. She's an Ayurveda and yoga expert.
Namaste.
And she will also be joining with us she will also give 5 minutes, 10 minutes on some of the breathing exercises, like how this corona is affecting chest also from the second week or fourth day onwards.
Hi, Jignesh. Welcome.
I'm Dr. Bob. This is GRK, everybody. Thank you and good evening, Dr. Bob, for presenting this. In the meantime, can you talk about oxygen levels primarily for healthy people and not so healthy people? If
We
you
have not started.
Yes, sir. Just.
We-
waste time sitting and watching each other.
No. We will start. And
Yeah, we can discuss GRK, sir. Not an issue. It's
Okay.
a general discussion, like using a pulse oximeter. Yeah, pulse oximeter reading is one of the most important tool now. Basic tool, like sometimes in a asymptomatic patients or a symptomatic patients. So at your house only, like we can just check it out with the pulse oximeter. A 6-minute walking test can be done, and you could just see if it is like more than 94, 95, it's okay. But if it is coming down to around 90, less than 90, the oxygen saturation levels less than 90, then like it's a sign like we should get ready, like we take some measures for a oxygen support and just observe. And if it is going still lesser down 70, 75 and all, like we have to take the ventilator support. So this oxygen pulse oximeter is a very, very easy tool, like like a thermometer, what we use in daily day-to-day practice. Like oximeter can also be used. Yeah, you are great, sir. So after 30 minutes, I think GRK will take up the thing. No, we can discuss, we can exchange our ideas. Yeah.
So I'm going to pin you to the wall.
Yeah, since 15 days, I'm with the patients, like.
You're a buddy, so, right? So Dr.
Yeah.
Bob, now, what
Yeah,
percent
please.
of beings will have 100 reading?
Okay.
What percent?
Oh, sorry. We are live now on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Shalini, we'll wait for another maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody's got a pen and papers ready because I'm sure there'll be a lot of inputs that doctor will be giving us, and you can note it down. And when we start, and your questions, you can always send it on the chat box to Gitanjali, and I think she'll be taking it further. Sharmishta, are you having a pet?
Sharmishta sounds like
Oh my God, that sound.
Sharmishta is a wildlife person. Okay, so
Well, he's a smart dog. He was asking why you all so quiet.
So shall we start in the part while I introduce and go ahead? By the time we do it, I think the participants can keep it.
First
Yeah,
of
over to
all,
you, Gitanjali, Arjun, whatever. Yeah.
You keep everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session, speaker session from Rotary Club of eConnect. I request Sarmishta, who's our Director Club Services, to please welcome everyone.
Thank you, Gitanjali. Sorry, my dog Jojo has already welcomed you. Anyway, good day to you all. A warm welcome to everyone for this special session on immunity boost during pandemic times. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going through difficult time, and so here we will be getting guidance from Dr. Raghavendra Babu to fight this pandemic. So, so many questions we have in mind, like how to take care of health during this time. Do we follow Ayurveda or homeopathy or allopathy? What all exercises we should try to follow? What food will help us to become stronger? And many, many more questions. So after the session, we will have a Q&A session, and you can unmute and ask the questions to doctor. In the meantime, when we are having the session, please mute your audio and video to have good bandwidth during the session. And so let us begin today's session. Over to you, Gitanjali.
Yeah, thank you, Sharmishta, for welcoming everyone. And now I request Shalini to please introduce today's speaker, Dr. S. Raghav.
Thank you so much. A warm welcome to everyone. And thank you so much for attending this very, very important session. Though I know Dr. Raghavendra personally from past 7-8 years, he has been a great doctor for me and treated me for many, many, not to mention which diseases, but always a call away. But here it is a formal introduction of him. Born into a lineage of Ayurvedic practitioners, Dr. S. Raghavendra Babu's grandfather was a reputed late Shri K. N. Ramachandra Iyer, a skilled practitioner of Siddha alchemy and physician to the late Maharaja of Mysore, Shri Jaya Chamarendra Vadiyar. Raghavendra Babu's Ayurveda qualification have been at par in the top league as his forefathers. Graduating with a bachelor's degree in Ayurveda, medical sciences from Bangalore University, he was trained in the classical Panchakarma treatment at the Asha Yoga Vidya Peetham Trust in Coimbatore. He then went into structured residential practice using modern educational techniques by merging advanced diagnostic techniques with classical Ayurvedic concepts to promote evidence-based therapeutic Ayurveda at VCP Cancer Research Foundation, Dehradun, under an able guidance of Padma Shri Vaidya Balendu Prakash. His specialty here has been the treatment of certain forms of cancer and chronic diseases. Continuing his specialization in the treatment of cancers, Dr. Raghavendra Babu underwent a certified course, Foundation to Palliative Care at Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore, and also certified course on Cryolite at Bangkok, Thailand. He is a recipient of numerous awards. He's been a recipient of numerous awards for his contribution in the field of Ayurveda. He was awarded Yuva Vigyani, Suvarna Yogekshma, Huyala Gola Narayana Rao, Parisara Ratna, considering his meritorious service to the society. Presently working as an Ayurveda, various clinics and hospitals in Bangalore, and specializes in the treatment of migraine, chronic pancreatitis, childhood asthma, and certain forms of cancers, chronic immunological and metabolic disorders. The linking of Ayurvedic treatment with allopathic system has now become a unique feature of Dr. Raghavendra Babu treatment method. He has been invited all over the world to speak. Dr. Raghavendra Babu has given numerous presentations and published widely. He is known and established Vaidya, the modern face of a millennia-old medicinal system. We welcome a warm welcome to our speaker series, and over to you, Dr. Raghavendra.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for the opportunity given. I thought like from the Ayurvedic perspective, from the Ayurveda perspective, what all the basic things we can do during this pandemic and during this lockdown period and all. Like before, just to want to wherever I go, all I think your WhatsApp is flooded with lot of messages about Corona and all. Like what they tried, like what we have seen last year, the symptoms usually you people are knowing, but I want to repeat it, like fever, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, body ache, loss of smell, loss of taste was there. Like people were knowing all these symptoms, but now slightly like the symptoms are showing that's a variant or a mutant, whatever it might be. The research is still on. Diarrhea is also been common, headache also been common, body ache and a rash on the skin, conjunctivitis and discoloration of finger and toes. These are some of the other symptoms also expressed. Why I'm telling is any symptom, don't neglect it. Any cough or any cold or a cough or a diarrhea, headache, at this point of time, don't neglect it, get it treated or get it tested, and so that we can prevent the later stage. Like see, when a headache or a cough is started on the first day itself, try to get tested on the first day or a second day itself. Don't delay it. Okay, body ache, headache, take Doro 650, take fourth day or fifth day. Now the variant is showing some respiratory systems, like followed by these symptoms, they're showing the CT thorax. CT thorax is also been a common diagnostic tool now, and they are checking that also to diagnose whether for the corona staging, like what stage the people are suffering and what treatment has to be given. So with this introduction, I want to get you the basics of the basics. Ayurveda, 5,000 years, samadosha samagnisha samadhatu malakriyaha prasanna atmendriya manaha swastha ityabhidiyat. The definition of swastha, 5,000 years back only they are told prasanna atma indriya and manaha. Atma means mind, soul also they took, and now lot of research is on the mind, as Ms. Rajeshwari is also here, like lot of psychological disturbances that is also taking place. So Ayurveda speaks about ahara, vihara and achara. Like, okay, for to develop immunity, food is also one of the very, very important aspect during this COVID times or during this lockdown period. Ayurveda speaks about Agni. Agni is nothing but the digestive fire, which is very, very important. Rogaha sarvepi mandagno. See, many of the diseases, nearly Ayurveda recommends, like many of the diseases are due to the sluggish digestive fire, that is mandagni. As long as our digestive fire is strong, so that we can stop our illness. And another important thing during this COVID times is, whenever you are hungry, only eat food. And don't eat when your previous food is not digested. Whenever you are hungry, try to eat food. And secondly, now don't eat according to the time, like, okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Eat according to your hunger, not according to the time. Because we are at homes and we are not exercising or we are not going out, and also hunger is one of the important factor. So Ayurveda recommends first tool is the stomach. Start at the stomach, treating at the level of the stomach. Anything in excess is harmful, so is the food. Like our stomach is not a dustbin, it is a food bin. So we can change our dustbin daily, but we can't change our stomach. Stomach is a bin for life. So start with very smaller portions, eat slowly, think twice before you eat. So Agni Mandya. Two things which I want to bring you to the fact here is, most of the research is going on with the acidification of the body. That is role of Agni. I will come to the later part, why these two, inflammation and acidification of body, is very, very important aspect. Our bodies live and die at the cellular level, and the cells must maintain the alkalinity in order to function and stay alive. An acidic state causes lack of oxygen at the cellular level. A pH, we know that the pH of blood is around 7.35 to 7.45. And a pH of below 7.4 is a suboptimal, providing the perfect environment for bacteria, virus to grow. Here what I want to tell is, Ayurveda has spoken about amlatva, that is acid alkali balance. Whenever there is a acid alkali imbalance, also one of the causative factor for the illness. So food is a very, very important. Like what are like acidic foods? Still the research is on about the, because I am working on cancer since like 8 to 10 years. So the first thing what we do is stop all acidic foods. What are acidic foods? Intake of more tea, coffee, alcohol, tomatoes, onion, more of red chilies, red meat, fish, poultry, refined or processed foods. So what we eat is also very, very important with reference to our immunity. And during this lockdown period, we are sitting at home like 20, 25 days. So we have to be very, very careful in what we eat and what we drink, like coffee, soft drinks, alcohol, and what we think also, like stress, worry, anxiety, negative thoughts, and the pollutions, tobacco, and more of drug use. So our main purpose is to maintain the acid and alkali balance. Over acidification of the body, the more intake of acidic foods in our daily diet, what we see, practical speaking, what we see in our Indian diet is morning we take tea, coffees. At 8 o'clock, we take idli, vada, sambar, upma. Again at 10:30, we may take one coffee. And 1:30, we may take again rice with red chilies, more of red chilies. And again at 5 o'clock, coffee, and 7:30, whatever the portion is remaining in the afternoon, we may shift and make some 2 chapatis. So we may go for shortcuts during the night times. Some basic examples for the alkaline foods like vegetables, fruits, unsweetened fruit juices, legumes, seeds. During this 15 days or 20 days, like how you can plan your diet is like 3 meals, 2 snacks, depending upon your hunger. Ayurveda says hunger, no anashan, no fasting or no feasting, but make sure that you put small, small meals in regular intervals. And I was talking about the inflammation. The more the acidification, the more. So the inflammation is takes part, and it also alters our immune system. Any virus or any bacteria enters into the body has to respond to it. The body has to fight for it. So that is the inflammation. It shows a system response to the injury or an infection. It is the body way of signaling the immune system to heal and repair damaged tissue, as well as defend itself against foreign invaders such as virus, bacteria. Inflammation goes on too long, what we call it as like chronic inflammation, then it becomes a problematic. And during this corona period also, we are checking our CRP and ESR levels like C-reactive protein and ESR. There is increase in CRP levels. There is increase in ESR levels. It clearly indicates that there is inflammation in our body. Like chronic inflammation has been linked to certain diseases such as today, stroke also. So what I mean to say is like, we'll maintain acid alkali balance, go for more of alkaline foods and a healthy diet and lifestyle so that we can bring our inflammation under control. Body has got different pH, like stomach pH, it is more acidic, like 1.5 to 3.5 stomach. It has to digest proteins and all. So it is an acidic state. The tongue has got a different pH. Bile juice has got a different pH. So we have to try to maintain this, whatever the God has given, like the pH levels, whatever it is. Whenever there is a disturbance in this acid alkali, then we are inviting the diseases. So only I mean to say that a healthy diet like 3 meals and 2 snacks. So Ayurveda, coming to the main part, Ayurveda now during this period, what you can do is include as much as alkaline foods in your diet, and you can start having an herbal tea, like whatever the herbal tea, this is recommended by the Ayush, that is Department of Ministry, Government of India. Like Ayush Kwata, they have been recommended twice daily. It contains like if anybody want to note it down, you can note it down. 1 teaspoon of tulsi powder, half teaspoon of ginger powder, and half teaspoon of cinnamon, that is dalchini, and 1/4 teaspoon.
So we'll noting it down.
I will repeat it. I will repeat it.
Okay.
I will repeat it, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper powder. Like what we can do during this period. We know that it is the coronavirus is attacking the respiratory system. It is altering our digestive system. There is an inflammation going on in our body. There is a pH misbalance. So this beautiful herbal tea, we can start after waking up from the bed. Like we can start with this Ayush Kwata. 1 teaspoon tulsi powder, half teaspoon ginger, half teaspoon dalchini, that is cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon pepper. So some of the home remedies I will be discussing with you as because if you want still more accurate, I can discuss on the medication part or the medicine part. These are some of the home remedies which you can practice daily at your homes, and you can increase your immunity levels, and you can make your respiratory system a little bit strong. So this takes some 200 ml, 160 to 200 ml of water, and you have to boil it and reduce it to 40 to 60 ml. All these powders, boil it, make it 1/4 kashaya, and for taste, you can add jaggery or fresh lemon juice also. Jaggery and fresh lemon juice also you can add. And there is a famous churnas in Ayurveda. These are the basic churnas: Sitopaladi churna, Talisapatradi churna. Another 2 churnas are there. You can add a pinch of Sitopaladi or a Talisapatradi churna into, and you can add flavor to it. And this will help you in taking care of the respiratory system. Rather than taking tea or coffee, you can taste this herbal teas. And also recommends nasal application. Nasal application of sesame oil or ghee you can apply in both the nostrils. This will also help act as a barrier, like coconut oil, application of coconut oil. This has been like a age-old practice, like Abhyanjana. Abhyanjana, as many of you heard, like weekly people used to take sesame oil massage or a bath. And Kavala Gandusha. This Kavala Gandusha has been practiced since 5,000 years ago. There's nothing but the gargling. Triphala powder, you get it in all the stores. Triphala. It's an amla, aritaki, amalaki, and bibitaki. There are 3 fruits actually, basically 3 fruits. This is a common powder called Triphala powder. Triphala powder also you can boil it like 160 ml of 1 teaspoon, like 10 grams of Triphala powder. 10 grams of Triphala powder, you can take 160 ml of water and boil it and gargle it. So these are the practices which we have to follow during this pandemic. We know that there is a lot of pandemic in each and every house, like 1 or 2 are getting affected with cough or cold or any digestive issues. So one is, I recommend as an Ayurvedic, one is Ayush Kwata, morning and evening with the tulsi drink. And second thing, nasal application of coconut oil, or you can instill 1 drop coconut oil into your nostrils. And the third thing is the gargling with Triphala powder, or if you don't get Triphala powder, a simple 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Coconut oil also contains lauric acid, and it has been proved for its antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory activity also. And nowadays the research is still there for the oral dental hygiene. Also helps you in preventing the virus. So these are where the virus, nose, tongue. So these are the one like where we can take much of the care and eat freshly prepared food. Let it be lukewarm. No, not taking more of cold drinks, not taking more of cold foods and all. Kindly take freshly prepared eaten foods. So with this herbal teas, and another thing everybody knows at their house is golden milk. That is nothing but the turmeric milk. Half teaspoon of turmeric powder to be boiled in 150 ml of milk, and you can drink it at bedtime. You can drink at bedtime. So these are some of the measures like gargling methods, nasal application of coconut oil, and intake. Why I'm telling is, okay, I will take 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or herbal teas. That is not the thing. Tulsi powder, you have to take it for nearly like more than 3 weeks, 4 weeks to make sure that it acts as a rasayana or a rejuvenating therapy. Like continuously having helps you in preventing the cough, cold, headaches, body aches. And now, because it is affecting the respiratory system, long pepper is also included. In Ayurveda, we call it as pippali. Pippali is one of the best rasayanas. What I'm telling is the basic powders or the basic where you can get it and easily you can practice. Half teaspoon of pippali powder morning and evening will help you to in reducing the asthma attacks and all. So this pippali powder also can be included in your diet. And for steam inhalation, a simple eucalyptus oil, put a 1 drop of eucalyptus oil into for steam apparatus. If at all anybody is suffering from cold or a cough or a simple cold, taking steam inhalation morning and evening also helps you in preventing cough, cold, and mucus accumulations and all. And sore throat, if anybody nowadays, like people are complaining of sore throat also, like, so turmeric is there, salt is there, water is there. So half cup of warm water, half teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon powdered turmeric. So you can mix it all and you can gargle for morning and evening 2 times. If you have got a sore throat, you can gargle 3 to 4 times in a day. If you don't have a sore throat, just practice one before going to bed. For children's, please make it a practice, like half cup of warm water, half teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon powdered turmeric. Just let them gargle before going to sleep, and don't eat or drink after this half an hour. As I was telling you regarding the diets and all, like easy, go for easy digestible foods like moong dal khichdi with cooked vegetables. You can go, and pepper, ginger, jeera rasam at night times. As the evening proceeds, go for lighter foods in the evening. And citrus fruits, if you want to have fruits, make it a point that you take at 10:30 or 11 o'clock fruits, and give a time for dry fruits at 4:30. During this lockdown period, you can divide your time like 3 meals, 2 snacks. Morning 8 to 8:30, make it a point that breakfast, 1:30 to 2 lunch, and 7:30 to 8 dinner. And make sure that you sleep 3 hours before going to, you eat before 3 hours going to bed. Why? This is all very, very important. Even though it looks very, very easy and very, very, what a simple thing. But having a dinner less than before 7:30, and make sure that by 10:30 or 11 you can sleep off, so that your food is like 70%, 80% digested. And 5-bowl system I recommend for lunch and dinner. 5-bowl system is nothing but 1 cup of salads, 1 cup of one boiled vegetable, 1 dal or rasam, 3rd bowl. 4th is the carbohydrate, which is nothing but chapati or a rice, what a brown rice you can choose, or a millets you can choose. And 5th is the yogurt. 1 katori of yogurt is compulsory in the afternoon. Yogurt is also acts as one of the very good food, as it keeps your gut, that like helps you in growing the bacteria. It acts like a probiotics, like a good bacteria will be developed. So 5-bowl system, make sure that. Why this 5-bowl system is also looks very simple, but in our this thing, usually we have rice rasam. We skip our, there will be no vegetables in our diet sometimes. And sometimes just palau, biryanis, chitrana, so many things, like people want to get a shortcut. Make sure that you get 30 to 40 grams of fiber per day. Fiber is very much required during this period. So now what is our main thing is, we have to avoid, like, okay, we will take all the necessary measures. What all the necessary measures, like herbal teas, nasal instillation, gargling, everybody can do during this pandemic. Like after when the cases try to lessen up, you can also reduce. But you make it a practice taking these herbal teas, nasal applications, and dinner at proper time, sleep at very proper time, and evening snacks. For evening snacks, you can add dates, dry fruits, or puffed rice, or bale, etc. And once again, I repeat, lessen your tea, coffee, tomato, onion, garlic, red chilies, which are acidic and which cause you more acidic. Intake of vegetables and fruits, make it a point into your diet. And non-veg, like once in a week, chicken without skin. Try to avoid red meat, and fish in very, very less quantities. Once in a week, you can have it. And coming to the comorbidity factors, like in corona, we are experiencing like comorbidities like diabetes, overweight, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, and asthma also. Why we don't know, like why deaths are more common. Where after 3 months, when we get a paper, like last year also in UK, I think I remember, like more of deaths were linked to obesity, and some persons with more of diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, they're having deaths. So make sure that your diabetes is under control. Whoever is suffering from diabetes, make sure that your HbA1c levels are less than 7, so that we can get ready to fight against. Suppose if we get an attack also, there is no need to worry. When our vital, when our what the normal range of blood sugar, BP, And don't leave any medications. Take all the, whatever the BP, heart attack medications, whatever it is, take regularly. And whenever you are having breathing difficulties or ongoing pain or pressure in the chest, difficulty in walking, or this morbidity factors, please consult the doctor. And whoever is having the comorbidities, please have a checkup, pulse oximeter, like morning and evening. If a person is affected with corona or anything, 4th hourly we advise, 4th hourly temperature and 4th hourly pulse oximeter to get checked. And Ayurveda recommends the Vihara also, the lifestyle, like sleep and exercises is very, very important. And I don't know, during this lockdown period, or during this, people like till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they wake up watching TV or channels, and they get up very late at night. That is also alters your immune system. Why no, a quality sleep can do wonders. Like when we sleep only, it's our body goes into a repair mode. And avoid coffee or tea like 3 to 4 hours before going to, like in the night, if you want to sleep, don't take tea or coffees. And if you have got any sleep is disturbance, ashwagandha is the drug what I recommend. Like during where we, these are the common drug like ashwagandha, 1 teaspoon powder. You can boil it with milk and drink it, ashwagandha powder, if there is a disturbance, or you can take it regularly also. It is also considered one of the immune boosters in Ayurveda, ashwagandha. And Ksheeravala Taila, that is also one of the gingerly oil or sesame oil. You can have a massage at the neck, or you can go for a foot massage. Otherwise, 1 teaspoon of ghee with varam milk is also recommended if you have not got a sleep, or if you got a sleep issues and all. So food and sleep are very much important to take care of your immune system. If you don't get sleep, you can go for a hot water bath also. So once again, I repeat, 1 teaspoon like ghee with milk you can take if you got a sleep disturbance, or ashwagandha, 1 teaspoon powder, boil it with milk, or ashwagandha capsules also. You will get 2 capsules at bedtime. This you can take it half an hour before going to bed. Sleep disturbance. And coming to the exercise part, as we know that yoga, pranayama is all recommended. I think Dr. Sindhu is here, and Dr. Sindhu, you can take like 5 to 10 minutes, give tips on yoga and pranayama, how it can help during this COVID time, what exercises we can do, or what pranayamic exercises we can do. Yeah. Over to Sindhu, you can share.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you, doctor. Most of you here will be having some idea about yoga, because after Modi ji introduced International Yoga Day on June 21st, they have some awareness about how it is boosting our immunity. So yoga is a sister concern with Ayurveda. So all the aspects of Ayurveda holds good with the yoga also. Diet, the way of thinking, everything comes under yoga also. Now I want to stress more on breathing aspects, and a little bit about meditation also. How the breathing helps in immunity. So breathing is both voluntary and involuntary. Involuntary breathing is usually shallow breath. What we do, we are breathing now normally. We are not using the complete lung capacity. So when we do conscious breathing, that is deep breathing, conscious breathing, mindful breathing, slow breathing, whatever you call. So that makes your lung capacity increases. So when you go to a yoga teacher, usually the teacher says, sit straight, keep your back, neck and head straight line, and take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. So this is the reason we are not utilizing the entire lung to breathe. So when you start breathing slowly, continuously, rhythmically, without any jerks in between, that is when you do it with consciousness, definitely it has a greater effect on your body, mind, soul, whatever, all those aspects it has influences. And now sir said about inflammation. When you do deep breathing, it has effects on your reducing your inflammation, and then it improves your blood flow. The body gets good amount of oxygen, so all your energy is channelized properly, And then it reduces, as I said, it reduces inflammation, increases your energy level, and detoxifies your body. And there is a hormone called endorphin in your body, which is secreted by pituitary, that acts as a natural painkillers. So when you start breathing deeply, at least 10 to 15 minutes of deep breathing will help all these way. And there should be consistency in practice. And it has a improvement in your digestion, relaxes your mind, stress comes down, everything. You have a greater effect when you start breathing slowly. So for that, you have to go to a certified yoga teacher, and for 15 days to 1 month, if you take proper coaching under the person, you will come to know. For simple thing, I can tell you, see, when we breathe in, we have to breathe from the abdomen. When we inhale, that is when we take the breath, our stomach should bulge up. Adanne eston jana madadilla. Most of us, we breathe wrong way. You can check yourself. When we breathe in, our stomach has to bulge up, and when we exhale, the stomach has to go in. And we have to breathe in to the full capacity. Capacity. So try to breathe in to the full capacity of fill your lungs completely with oxygen, and then exhale slowly, which should be more than in your inhalation. Exhalation should be more than in your inhalation. And the other aspect I want to tell, very few very simple pranayamas I can suggest you, like Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, Bhramari Pranayama, Vibhagiya Pranayama, or sectional breathing we call. All these are very useful in increasing your immunity and also in preventing COVID situation. And one more thing I want to stress on meditation. Why do we want to meditate? Because we want to silence our mind. Always our mind is running, just like the thoughts are coming, just like the waves in the ocean. So to bring a halt in that, so we have to try to meditate. When you start meditating, when a simple methods of meditation is, start observing your breath. That is the simplest way. Start observing your breath, inhale and exhale deeply, slowly. So that is how you just close your eyes and start moving inwards. All your senses, outward senses are closed, and you start discovering yourself, and you will know more about yourself, your soul. So that is how you practice meditation. And when you experience that silence of mind, you can take some positive affirmations, where small sentences like my immunity is good, I am healthy, or something, some good affirmations which works on your cellular level. You should repeat those affirmations 5 to 6 times, so that it works on your cellular level. The way we think, they say, no, you are what you think. So if we have some good thinking, definitely all this will boost our immunity. And even now, major aspect is fear. During this time, COVID bantu andre, we are all fearing so much. So that is not necessary. When you start breathing deeply, when you practice that for 10 to 15 minutes and 10 to 15 minutes of meditation every day, it has a very good effect. And once again, I'm stressing, this has to be in a consistency, has to be maintained. Perseverance should be there to have that effect of increasing immunity. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what Dr. Sindhu wanted to tell is like exam bandag navella odod beda ivagindane pranayama meditation, so that we can make our lungs ready to, any virus also comes, no, nothing to worry. Like, see, immunity cannot be built in a day. Like, as you know, the proverb, Rome cannot be built in a day like that. So we have to practice food, lifestyle, and also pranayama. So doing pranayama now, if we can start pranayama, I think there's just a 5 minutes. We can't teach any pranayama or anything. Some special 1 hour session is given. I think Dr. Sindhu can give a 1 hour complete practical process on Anuloma Viloma Pranayama and Brahmari Pranayama. So that these two things you can ask anybody and you can start practicing Anuloma Viloma and Brahmari, this pranayama daily. And coming to the sleep also, like now also like today latest research is telling like prone position is the technique like of placing patients on the stomach will increase the oxygen levels. Now there, if at all, like so many beds are not there now in front of the ambulances, they are made to lie in the prone position. Like this is also like whenever a person is deprived of oxygen, you can make him to sleep on the stomach. So there is a more gas exchange in the lungs, improved heart function, and the more oxygen capacity is there. Ayurveda recommends also like Achara Rasayana. I don't want to bore on this Achara Rasayana, as we know that the pandemic is so severe and all. Like during these times, Acharya is nothing but the mental attitude. People we tell them to wear mask also, they don't want to wear mask, and social distancing, and we tell them to wash hands with soap. So nothing, they don't want to do. Many of the person don't want. This is called as mental attitude. Like so only we tell them achara, like cultivating good habits is also one of the factors. Please make sure that everybody or your mates are taking care of themselves. And fear also, and there is no need to fear or get panic. It acts also negative, as Sindhu was telling, like for stress, anxiety, anger. This also stress, anxiety, fever has got an adverse effect on the physical well-being and resulting in the weakening of the immune system. Try to be in the just in the present moment. And a simple acidity or a simple constipation also, please don't take it as very simple. Get cured of your acidity problem, get cured of your constipation problem. And if at all anybody is having signs of recurrent, like recurrent infections and cold, their wounds slow to heal, they are fatigued, tired all the time, they got digestive problem, long-term stress, these are all these like signs of low immunity, like recurrent infections, wound are slow to heal, tired all the time, digestive problems, and long-term stress and all. So just to like sum up, as the time was just 30, I can speak like one hour on inflammation or acidic fate. Just to sum up, maintain one is acid alkali diet, maintain alkaline foods into your diet, do some pranayama meditations like Brahmari or Vinoma daily till this gets over. Do this. Take herbal kashayas, nasal instillations, gargling, steam inhalations, and just check on your sign of like any sugar control or comorbidities. If at all present, try to control that and get ready to fight with the virus. We don't know third wave or fourth wave or fifth wave. We don't know. Let us get ready for all those things with a proper food lifestyle regime. And whoever is having recurrent infections, cold, sore throat, please take care or please consult and get cured. Like these are some of the basic tips I wanted to give, like which you can follow at your house. Like regarding the medications for corona, we are just treating now mild or asymptomatic patients at this level, where there is oxygen level of more than 94%, and there are very good Ayurvedic medications also we are treating. Antiviral medications we are treating, but Ayurveda has got a 6 process of transformation of diseases, like they call it a Shat Kriya Kala. Sanchaya Avastha is nothing but accumulatory phase. Prakopa is provocation. Prasara is spread stage. So whenever a small sign of cough or a cold or a headache, body ache, please consult us or any Ayurvedic or any allopathic doctor or any doctor nearby and get sorted out at the first level itself, at the cough or a cold level itself. Don't delay for 4 or 5 days, because this type of variant is like little bit very fast. On the second week itself, it is showing lesions in the lungs. When you check it out in the CT scan, it is showing in the lungs. So 4 days to 5 days is the time which is there for us. Follow whatever the kashayas, Ayurvedic remedies or antibiotics, whatever the, depending upon your severity. Stop it at the Prakopa stage. Wherever there is a provocation or a spread stage, only you stop it at that level. And asymptomatic patient, asymptomatic patient with positive also, RT-PCR positive, he can also spread the disease. He can also be, you may feel that we may not get it, but he can also spread. And after 2 days of his, it can become contagious also, like the spreading nature. And another, like two people will be walking on the road and two people get drenched in rain. One will get cough, cold and another will not get. Like that in a house, when we check it, two patients will be corona positive and another two will not be corona positive. Like you don't know why it's happening. So there is a lot of debate is also going on in the immunity factors, like what is there, any comorbidity factor associated with that. So my thing is any symptom, any simple cough or cold or body ache or headache, don't delay it, treat at the first day itself. Don't let it go for the third or fourth day itself. And now I can just discuss what it's in your mind. Like we can discuss some of the question and answers, like we can, any questions like.
Gitanjali, you like to take the questions?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, doctor, and also thank you, Sindhu ma'am. We would definitely would love to, we would invite you to take a session, maybe going forward in the coming days. Yes. So there are some questions in the chat box. I'll just read out. There's one question from Kaushi Lal. Hari Om, please. How do we get Tulsi powder? Is it readily available?
Yeah, Tulsi powder is readily available in all the Ayurvedic stores and all. You nearby Ayurvedic stores, and you can get it in Amazon also. Or if at all any difficulty, you can call it. This is a very simple powder. Or if you have got a leaves, you can only dry it and make it into powder. Tulsi is grown everywhere, like you can get it. Tulsi leaves, dried Tulsi leaves, you can get it.
Doctor, what about the Anu oil, doctor?
Anu Taila, it's a wonderful Taila. It is an Ayurveda recommended Taila. Anu Taila is the medicated oil. So I didn't touch up, I just gave the home remedies to you.
Yes.
Anu Taila, instill 1 to 2 drops daily. It is a recommended oil.
It's morning or a night, sir?
Sir, morning only do it. Any nasya, it is called as nasya, nasal instillation process. Do it on empty stomach only.
Right, sir. Right.
Anything you are putting into this procedures, try to do it on the empty stomach. And if you are having any blocked nose or sneezing, you can do it at night times also, but followed by steam inhalation.
I am using in the night. Is there any problem? Is there?
No problem, but don't put oil. After like 15 minutes, take steam inhalation.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Snehanam, Svedanam, we call it as. After Snehana is putting oil, Svedana is nothing but the steam inhalation. So it makes your pores open and all.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. Next question is from our club president, Subir, who is asking, what is normal SpO2 reading?
See, normal SpO2 reading is between 95 to 100%, we call 95 to 100%. If it is 94 is also okay for like, but if it is alarming, if it is going 93, once it is showing 92, 91, 90, if it is alarming. So 95 to 100%.
Okay. Smita is asking, wonderful session, sir. Can this herbal tea helps in acidic and pH level? I am acidic and my OH level is high. I am on Ayurvedic treatment.
So for acidic level who are complaining of, I think last time what happened, this is a very practical. People started drinking kashayas 2 to 3 times per day, morning, afternoon, night and all. And they indirectly complained acidity as a symptom. So those who are having, see, Ayurveda explains about Prakriti of the individual. Prakriti is nothing but the constitution of an individual. Each and every person has got a different Prakriti. Like for some persons, after taking this herbal tea, which is little bit hot in potency, they get acidity and all. For them, I recommend to take after food, like after breakfast or after dinner, not an empty stomach. Those who are having acidity and all, like they can take post food, like after breakfast, after dinner.
Okay.
A lot of ready-made kashaya they are available. Are they okay to take that, or should we make it at home?
See, ready-made custard now, since yesterday, I think you might also all experienced about the Facebook. Lot of immunity boosters are coming. Tulsi, how much of immunity readily available and all? Because readily available, whenever you prepare kashayas at that point of time, it is very, very like sattvic and very, very energizing, and lot of like whatever the contents, whatever the we call sattva goes into it. So prepare it and drink. That is only. Kashaya has to be taken 24 hours. The expiry period of kashaya or the swarasa in Ayurveda literatures is 24 hours. So whenever you want, just it's just a 2 to 3 minutes. You have to just boil it and reduce it and filter it and drink it. It will be more stronger because we don't know when the companies prepare this churna. The expiry of churna is 4 months. Whenever you make a tulsi powder or anything, you can just keep it for 3 to 4 months. You can't take it because of the climatic conditions. We are not finding any like essential part in it. So boil it, filter it, drink it. That is the usual thing what we say.
Okay, next question is from Mr. Shivakumar Sundareshan. He's asking, I'm having organic herbal tea for past 9 months. Can this be continued for the life along with herbal kashaya?
See, it all depends upon your, again, I told you about your constitution. Like what herbal tea, what are the ingredients which is in it? Because usually this ginger, turmeric, pepper and all is usually post rainy season. Like it is not taken in summer. We don't know, but during this corona period, what we are checking is this March, April only the corona is rising. And usually we say that respiratory or bacterial infections will come down like after February to like till May, June. This is like a safe period, what we are calling before. But since the last year in summer only, these things are getting aggravated. Yeah, you can take, but you check it out. What are the contents in herbal tea? If you are having any burning sensation while passing urine, body only shows if it is more acidic. If you are having burning sensation while passing urine and you are having a burning sensation in the throat or acidic conditions, then you can lessen it and give a break. Give a break for 3-4 days and again you can start or you can dilute it. You can take as far as it is okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Bob, what about
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, apple cider vinegar also you can take, sir. Apple cider vinegar also is having like in our most of they use it for obesity, like for slimming condition. Apple cider vinegar, they're used. It is also like a fermented product. It has to be taken like post food, but it is not like directly recommended. It is having research shows that it is used for weight loss most of the condition.
Okay, the next question is from Dr. Simha Shastri. Formula for tea, the 5 ingredients, could you repeat, please?
Yes, sir. These are like mainly four ingredients. 1 teaspoon tulsi powder, half teaspoon ginger powder, half cardamom powder, and 1/4 teaspoon pepper powder. As you know that tulsi is a very good antioxidant and it acts on the respiratory system, and tulsi has been since many years for cold, cough and or they are using this tulsi. And cinnamon is a very good anti-diabetic agent also. Many after taking this decoction, the sugar levels are also coming down. Like they are taking like half an hour before breakfast and dinner. And along with these 4 ingredients, Dr. Simha, you can add, if you want, you can add lemon or you can add jaggery. If you are a diabetic, don't add jaggery.
Okay. Next question is from Valli. She wants to know, could more light be thrown on how to use Anu Taila and what is its benefit?
Yeah, Anu Taila is one which we recommend for headache, sinus. Griva. Griva means neck. In Ayurveda, Griva is neck. Above neck, what all the problems like headache, sinusitis, allergies and all, this Anu Taila is useful. Instill 2 drops in each nostril, like morning after getting up, instill 2 drops. And if you are finding any blocked nose and sinus problems in the night times, you can add 2 drops of Anu Taila. But make it a point that after Anu Taila, you take steam inhalation for better results with eucalyptus oil and all. And you can wash it with cold water. Whenever you are doing this Nasya process, Anu Taila and all, don't use cold water. After that, for washing also, you use lukewarm water. Clear your nostrils and gargle your mouth. Sometimes Anu Taila, if you put instill in your nose, you may get that remnants in the throat also. So gargle it and spit it off.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am from Arunachal Pradesh, sir. I just want to know about that. My father is suffering from diabetes. And
Okay.
he got two sort of COVID vaccine also. So now, sir, my father is safe from this COVID, or he need to be take care some more?
Sir, you have taken vaccine.
Two
Okay,
doses.
2 doses of vaccine you have taken. It doesn't mean that it will not come, because many people are getting after 2 doses and after 1 dose also. But the intensity is very, very low. Only one research has come, like after 1 dose of vaccine, the CT scan lesions also is reduced in a person who has been vaccinated, and who was not vaccinated is suffering more. The intensity is more in the person who has not vaccinated. And the vaccination also takes its course. Like after 2 weeks, the antibody starts getting produced in your body. It's not like that, okay, today I vaccinated, from tomorrow I'm free. It also needs some 2 to 3 months or 5 to 7 months. It also varies from person to person. Like one person may get in 2 months, one person in 3 to 4 months. There is no like specific data that antibodies are produced in this specific period of time. So make sure that you follow all the normal procedures. Healthy meal, bisi uta tindonu roga illa antare. As we all know, this as I told you, very simple procedures today. I told you simple gargling at night times, herbal kashayams, nasal instillation, gargling and all. You can prevent a lot in asymptomatic patients also, and mild symptomatic patients also. And freshly cooked food, try to eat morning, don't eat afternoon food, or don't reheat food. Reheat also is one of the things. Don't reheat your food. So freshly prepared, and in the night times take jeera, shunti, rasam. These are all the spices which will help you to improve your immunity, like turmeric, pepper, ginger.
Doctor, what about vitamin C? There's a lot of thing about taking vitamin C tablets to improve your.
No, I don't recommend like vitamin C, as many people ask me like, okay, can I take vitamin C tablets? Can I take green tea and all? I just tell them to look at your grandfather or a grandmother or their fathers, where they're taking any green tea, and how many children our grandmother used to have. And you should see the immunity levels, like what they were taking daily and all. They were just very beautiful. Our grandfather and mother is just a Ayurveda, what we speak. Seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables they were taking. They were not eating like apple during the season. See, now watermelons are more common. See, nature has given us such a thing, like it is giving us watermelons now. It is giving us muskmelon now. Why? The water is getting depleted in our body. This is a very summer-like. And when are the oranges are produced? In the winters. As you can see that we get like skin cracks and all, vitamin C and all. This just still we are not able to understand why lots of vitamins have been loaded into our body when our natural food is there. We just tell them stick on to seasonal fruits and vegetables, and stick on to old rice, ale akki. See, nowadays what we are having is fully polished rice we are having. Why our immunity and there is no sattva in our food is fully polished rice. You are eating, if you take 2 idlis in the morning at 8 a.m. at 10:30 a.m. you will get hungry. So 2 years old rice, unpolished rice, or a brown rice. People have forgotten about brown rice, and children don't eat they don't even like brown rice and all. So they are having a low, when you compare the glycemic index of these, no, and I forgot to tell you about the sugar also. You have to incorporate less sugar in your diet during this COVID time. Anybody who is not a diabetic also, please take less sugar. Don't eat more carbohydrates and all. Like Shalini madam, like vitamin C, okay, 10:30, take some oranges or some citric foods. A simple method is, in every meal, just squeeze half a lemon into your diet. Nothing more than required. And just follow your grandma, grandfather's diet, how they were eating.
Thanks. Yes. Okay. There's one question from Cherian Kuruvilla. How much does negative news, anxiety, and stress reduce immunity? I do regular daily meditation last 40 years. Hope it helps.
Yeah, the simple thing is like be in the present moment. What is your age, Cherian? Like just Cherian,
64, 64.
64. Okay, if you are 24 or 25 out of 10, talk to your girlfriends daily, just on a lighter note. Okay, 64, sir. Just call your friends. And news channel, no, I tell you to just see 15 minutes to 20 minutes per day. That is my recommendation to check your news channel. From morning till night, same news only. You don't need, you see at 10:30, 11 o'clock, the same news will be repeated at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. See, and actually in TV, what it is showing, okay, 200 deaths. I will understand like, so this has come up as an emergency. In another 5 days or 6 days, we'll get a control of the beds and all. But you should see the how much number of discharges taking place. Yesterday, 7,000 discharges with respect to 200 deaths. That is also some positive sign, because the TV is showing only one thing like, okay, today somebody is dying, somebody is dying. Okay, see, no doctor or nurse wants to kill any people. That is one thing. Okay, some doctors might for a bed and all. Now there are a lot of protocols. Who are having 95% pulse oximetry or something, they should get discharged immediately. Who are less than 90, they should be admitted and all. Like TV channels, there is, sir, nothing to worry, sir. Be in the present moment. Watch Amazon, Netflix, lot of movies are there. And
I don't watch TV. I don't read the
great,
newspaper. So I'm perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
Doc, can I add something?
then you will be, yeah, please add, sir. All inputs are welcome. GRK, sir,
Yeah.
Sigma, please add.
So
It will be helpful. Your
we
experience.
rolled out the Lions Oxy Bank
Okay,
on
okay,
the 24th of April.
okay.
So till now, we have deployed it to nearly about 25 to 28 people. It's the oxygen concentrator. Okay, and I've received about close to 1,200 calls till today.
Okay.
And 99.9% of the calls are panic calls.
Okay.
So which, with little bit of counseling, yes, of course, they have not found a bed and so on and so forth. But the issue is infrastructure cannot happen overnight. See, this is burst all of a sudden. And with a little bit of patience, things are falling in place, as you said. And during the panic, what happens is the carbon dioxide will collect into the lungs. So there's no more place for oxygen. So your SpO2 levels definitely will come down when they panic. So this is one important thing which they need to note.
No, Cherian's answer, if at all the fear and it is not coming, there are very good Ayurvedic medications also there. Manasamitra Vatakam is there, Brahmi Taila is there, Brahmi Grutam is there, Ashwagandha is there. Yeah, we can take the support of these
Sorry,
herbal.
this is not to his thing. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. He was talking about the fear as a trigger, and Mr. Cherian doesn't watch TV, or he was telling, if at all some things like fear or something, we can take the help of some medications. And Mr. Rajeshwari is also here. She's a psychologist and she can also give some inputs.
The next question is from GRK. What does Ayurveda say about antioxidants, which has also become a catchphrase these days?
Sir, Amla, what is? Can you repeat, ma'am?
What does Ayurveda say about antioxidants, which has also become a catchphrase these days?
Yeah, because see, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory has now come up now. But what we recommend is like whatever like amla ras, if amla is grown in the October, November, December, during that stage, eat amla as an antioxidant. Antioxidants, you can find it like any seasonal fruit or any seasonal, just follow the diet according to the seasons like. But whatever the market, whatever it is selling, like, okay, eat immunomodulator you require throughout the year, or there are a lot of advertisements coming up and all. So in my view, this is my personal view, just I'm following my ancestors' formulas and all, taking all normal like seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables, and taking freshly prepared foods like morning, afternoon will help us in our immune system.
This is a question. I mean, I wanted to ask a question because, there's this immense demand for oxygen concentrators. What is your opinion about that?
Yeah, for the time being, I think because of the lack, we were not anticipating per day 20,000 cases comes, and among 20,000, see, there is like only 5%. Now also I want to make it clear, like, okay, 100% if there are COVID patients, only 5% of the patients may go for like they get go for like oxygen levels, or they may need some ventilators. So we were not expecting like 20,000 cases per day or 15,000 cases per day. Among those 20,000 cases per day, also some 3,000, 4,000 cases per day also, like it's a demand. I think this demand will be over by another like 3-4 days or 5 days. And Maharashtra also, we are looking some very good number, like post this like 10 days, 15 days lockdown, there is a decrease in number of cases. And now the beds are okay. Like when compared to 2 days before and 2 days now, the hospital is slightly like 1 to 2% relaxed in some of the hospitals. We are getting some beds. The beds are getting opened up. And now government has also come up with protocols, no, like they can't keep the patient whose oxygen levels are above 95, 96, and they are shifted to the other wards, like COVID ward without ICU. Now that now a lot of protocols have come. COVID with ICU, COVID without ICU, COVID with ventilator, non-COVID with ventilator, like that. Now in another like 4-5 days, like it may get sorted out. Oxygen.
Okay, thank you.
Doctor, once again, can you let me know?
I could not hear, sir. I could not hear.
Yeah,
The
Mr.
nasal
Pranav.
installation you said, no?
Yeah, nasal
Once again,
installation. A simple
once again,
ghee,
you just.
a simple ghee or sesame oil or anutel. You can, among these three, you can use it all the three. If you are having any problem like cold, cough and all, do it 2 times. If you don't have anything, you are a normal during this pandemic, just instill like when you get up in the morning, no, like you can instill 1 to 2 drops of sesame oil or ghee or anutel. In all the Ayurvedic shops you get just 1 to 2 drops and lie down for 3 to 5 minutes. The medicine has to act. The medicine.
Doctor, as Ayurvedic shops are at present during the lockdown, they're open. Your clinic and everything is open, sir.
Yeah,
If
I'm open from.
if
I'm
people
open
want
from.
to order and take things from you, they can.
I'm open from morning 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. because from last year I'm treating COVID patients per day 50 to 100. Right now 300 250 patients are under my this thing. And we have been giving them the suggestions how to control and all, because all doesn't need any treatment. Asymptomatic and mild symptomatic RT-PCR positive patients, it will go off in 8 to 9 days. There is nothing to panic and all. But if you continue this above like simple measures in Ayurveda, we don't know, like 5% of the patients will get converted for ICU or ventilators among this like 100% patient. So for them, we are open like morning 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. we are open, and many Ayurvedic shops are open. If at all, please share my mobile number. I will tell you, give the location where they can.
Can you tell the mobile number so that people can note it?
Yeah, 900. I will put it in the chat box. 900-894-3611.
Doctor, I have a question for you. I have a mosquito. Can I please ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yes. First of all, can Ayurveda in any way, if we don't do it properly, harm us? And the second question is about nitric oxide. Of late, and I've known this for a while, but it has become more popular since COVID has come about, which is there is something called nitric oxide, which particularly behind the nose, which helps when you do Brahmari.
Great, sir, great.
These two questions. Can you help, please? Thank you.
See, nitric oxide, I still have to do my research on that for that nitric oxide thing.
Beets are a very good source of nitric oxide, actually.
Yeah, they say, but I don't know like much about. I have not done related to that. And what was your first question? Aramla, nothing, sir. Like you told Ayurveda doing Aramla, sir. What?
It depends that, let us say we take a concoction.
Yeah.
By you or anyone else in terms of a kashaya, which is readily available, and somebody buys it and drinks it and does whatever he or she does, can it in any way cause a harmful effect?
So only we have recommended these 4 things like tulsi and all, which is ginger, which has been used since like in our food also, diet also, turmeric and all. We are not, I'm not told about any other, there are other medications also which has to be taken under medical supervision. I've just restricted to the spices, which has been taken and which has been proven. And these spices have been used since many years into the diet. But more should not be taken. Any issue we have to, like burning sensation in the urine, I told, acidity, more kashas also are harmful. Like you should not be taken more. Like.
So, sir, basically you're telling that consult an Ayurvedic doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything which anybody suggests, first
Yeah.
consult, take it. Otherwise, it could harm you because of the Vata Pitta Kapha balance.
100%, sir. 100% you're right, sir. 100%. Sometimes last year we saw like blood in the nose also, like due to more heat, no, the person complain of blood after stopping all these kashayams and all, no. People are panic and they drink 3 to 4 times kashayams and they don't take buttermilk, they don't take curd. Some are having the notion that taking curds, taking more of milk will increase kapha in the diet, so they don't stop all the milk and all. And another thing I want to tell is after 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, who are having allergy problems, who are having recurrent cold, recurrent cough, don't take milk and milk products. We don't recommend. Only when you are walking in the afternoon and all. Kafajakal is in the night, like after 6 o'clock and the Kafajakal. If you are having prone to allergic problems, cough and cold, don't take milk and milk products.
And Maida also, right?
Yeah, Maida is sure like it is a newer drug. Maida has come like there is no fiber, no, like fiber. Yeah, fiber is very, very important for our immune system. 40 grams of fiber, no, per day, like it is very, very important to tackle virus also. Like our food also, I used to tell in hospitals and all, go for alkaline, moong dal khichdi, dal rice, simple one, bitter gourd and bottle gourd. So many types of vegetables we have forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah, Prashant, unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, thanks, Gitanjali. I think there was one thing that was doing rounds on WhatsApp and all of it. That was lemon juice into your nose and all of it. Not too sure how effective it is or how good or bad it is.
Yes, sir. Formulas are coming now. So only we as a doctors know should respect. So only I just restricted to the simple ghee, which we are using, spices and all. Like lemon juice, some are having burning sensation, sneezing and all. Like immediately putting like they're having a lot of issues, and some are telling that they got really, because as you know that 95% of the patients getting cured without anything. Another secret today I will tell: don't use Ayurveda, don't use allopathy, don't use anything. 95% of the patients they will get cured by themselves. And another 5% are mild asymptomatic. We are all trying. We are all treating symptoms. We are not treating. We are all treating. Even Remdesivir, you told, no. Even Toxiclab, many, and we are all just trying out. Whoever immune system is strong, they're coming out. Everybody has to pass.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, Mr. Karunakar, you wanted to ask a question.
ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅವರಿಂದ, ಹಗಲು ಹಾಲು ತಿನ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮೊಸರು ತಿನ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಿದ್ರು. ಏನದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವ ಸೀಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡವರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಫಜ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಫಜ, ನಾವು 24 to 40 years ಅದು ಯೌವನಾವಸ್ಥಾ, ಪಿತ್ತಾವಸ್ಥಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ಏಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ 45-50 ಅದು ವಾತಜ ಅವಸ್ಥಾ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾತ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಿಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ದೋಷ, ಪಿತ್ತ. ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಫ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡವರ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನ ಏನು ಅಂತ, ಮೊದ್ಲು ಹಾಲಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಡೈರಿ ಹಾಲ, ಹಸುನ ಹಾಲ ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಡೈರಿ ಹಾಲು, ಇವನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹಾಲೇ ಕುಡಿಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಡೈರಿ ಹಾಲು ಇದು. ಬಟ್ ಮೊದ್ಲು ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕೌಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್. ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಡೈಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಕೌಸ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಮೈ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಕಫ ಕಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದ್ಲು ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಫ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕಫ, ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್, ಕಫ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಡೈರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಬರೋದು, ನಾವು 3 ದಿವಸದ 4 ದಿವಸದ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇದೀವ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು, 9ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 10ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್. ಏನ್ 12, 13 ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಸಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವ್ ಯಾವ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮೊದ್ಲು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಓಕೆ, ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆನೆ ಕರ್ದಿ ಕೌಸ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ತಗೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮೊಸರು ಯಾಕೆ ತಿನ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್, ಕರ್ಡ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಮೊಸರನ್ನ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಫ ಕಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಯು ಮೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಅಲರ್ಜೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಲೈಕ್.
Okay, I think we'll take last two questions, then we can wind up. There's also a question from Shivkumar. There is a common notion that Ayurveda medicine contains lead content. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, nowadays, see, Ayurveda also now come up. Don't know, before and all, they were giving Ayurvedic drugs in pudiya form or paper and all. They were giving in pudiya. Now everything is controlled with the Ayush department. There is a separate department. We have to tell you all the contents of the medicine. I also use gold, lead, arsenic in my medicine, but it will be labeled. We use gold also, Swarna Vasanta Malati. We use mercury. We use, but it will be mentioned. They are called as Rasaushadis in our Ayurveda. They are very because this corona and all, no, like Rasaushadis for the respiratory system, metals and all. But there is a label. You should know when to give and when to stop the medication. This is a different subject. They let everything is accepted in Ayurveda, but you should take it from a proper practitioner. When to start, when to stop. There should not be any metallic form at the end of the medicine. Everything should be in oxide form. So the process of manufacturing these metals should be very, very strict. If you go to somebody who is preparing, it will be in metallic form. Usually all basmas, we call it as basma in Ayurveda, it will be in oxide form. Take from an Ayurvedic doctor, very effective.
Doctor, last question. A positive patient, allopathy ತಗೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಿಕ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ?
ಸರ್ ತಗೊಬಹುದು ಸರ್. ಇವಾಗ ಎರಡು ಇವಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಇವಾಗ ಆಂಟಿಬಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನು ಪ್ರೂವನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ತಗೊಬಹುದು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೈಸಸ್, ಫುಡ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಬಹುದು ಮೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್.
ಈ ಸಮತ್ವ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ನಮ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರೇನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು.
ಯಾ ಗಿರಿಧರ್ ಕಜೆ ಅಂತ ಸಮತ್ವ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ
ಅದೊಂದು 2 ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಾಲೋಪತಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹೌದು ತಗೊಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸಿ ಒನ್ ಕರೋನಾ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಡೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್? ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ 14 days, 9 days ಆರ್ 5 days. And symptoms ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಸಿ even I don't recommend Chyawanprash to my patients. Unnecessary eating Chyawanprash also is not recommended. If you go on taking 2 months, 3 months Chyawanprash, a pre-diabetic person will become a diabetic. Many people don't know about it. So only take a consult of Samatvam, whether you have to take for 7 days or 14 days. If the virus is gone after 14 days, there is no need to take. Let the antibodies get developed in our body. Our body is natural, it will get healed by itself. We are only treating the symptoms at this stage.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ನಾನು ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿ. ಒಂದ್ 10 ದಿವಸ 14 ದಿವಸ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಳಕ್
ಹೇಳಿ. ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಫೋನ್ ದಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲೋಪತಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ನಾನು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಿಕ್ಕೂ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆನಾ?
ಅದೇ it depends upon that person medicine, because
he got pulse rate that 95 and 97 ಇದೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ.
Okay, let him take sir, let him take not issue.
Great, thank you doctor.
Yeah, so last two, I mean I'll ask as one question. I mean somebody's Ashok Hepar is asking, is ash god juice is good to have in the morning? And Kaushilal is asking, so no turmeric milk in the night? Yes, I think that's what doctor has already mentioned.
Yeah, turmeric milk you can take it at night times, but a proper like milk, as I told, know where you get source. The milk is very, very important. Turmeric milk before bedtime is a proven strategy, like you can take, but you should have taken food at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. Don't mix milk and dairy products with the food, whatever the lunch or dinner. Today people are taking ice creams after the diet and all. And don't fruits also try to take on empty stomach. Don't mix with sambar, idlis, vadas and all. And what is the next question, ma'am? I forgot. Sorry.
Ashgod juice.
Yeah, ashgod. It can be taken on empty stomach, ma'am. Empty stomach.
Okay.
Empty stomach. Any juice taken in the empty stomach, herbal juice. Don't take anything for half an hour interval. Okay. Give a gap of half an hour interval.
Okay. Yes, doctor. Thank you so much. And now I request our club president Subir Kumar Dar to say a few words.
Yeah. Thanks, Gitanjali. Thank you, Dr. Raghavendra and Dr. Sendhu. for this wonderful session. And I think this is very timely, and I myself can see that there is so much of scope to improve the lifestyle and do away with many of the things which we take it for granted. I think starting from whether it's tea or the negative acidic foods that you mentioned. So this has been very helpful, and I think this video is also available for us to share with our friends and relatives. And in these coming days, all this knowledge that you shared will be very helpful, and maybe will be beyond also. So thank you very much again, Doctor. And maybe we can look forward to have again a separate session with Dr. Sindhu in the coming days. So thank you once again. Thank you all the participants and Gitanjali, Shalini, and Sarmishta to make this happen. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, my Fortune members who have been visiting. And thank you for your time, sir. GRK, Rajeshwari, Karunakar, Nagbhushan, sir, and Prasad, sir, and all Srinivas, sir. Thanks a lot, sir, for encouraging us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Stay safe, stay healthy, all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Please do
Doctor, we
steam.
saw your other face.
Please do steam and gargling. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.